Liam Tran eased his electric delivery van through the after-midnight streets of Neo Harbor City. Neon adverts shimmered on the wet pavement, while fleets of drones and self-driving taxis traced bright paths overhead. Most parcels now rode in robotic cargo pods, but a few still depended on human couriers who knew the older, twisted alleys. Liam was one of them. He liked the silence of late shifts, only rain on glass, and the soft hum of battery wheels beneath him. He had started the job to help his grandparents keep their tiny noodle shop open. 3 years later, he stayed because every day felt like a moving storybook. He kept a small paper diary in the glove box, writing quick sketches of unusual customers, a violinist in a skyloft, a child who paid him with stickers, a retired pilot who asked for news of distant airports. Gentle moments reminded Liam that deliveries were really about people, not boxers. The shift was almost over when his wrist console pinged. 2347. A new ticket glowed amber. High priority. No customer. Name, no item node. Just to pick up at a government pier and delivery coordinates tagged Warehouse 7A Dock District. A warning blinked. Handle. With extreme care, curiosity replaced his fatigue in a single heartbeat. Rain thickened as Liam reached the pier. Cargo cranes loomed like iron skeletons against hazy floodlights. A lone guard scanned his badge, then rolled out a black alloy container the size of a small refrigerator. Smooth and seamless, it vibrated faintly under his palms, as if alive. The lid showed no handle, only silver lines that drifted in shifting patterns. Liam braced and slid it aboard. It felt heavier than steel. While he secured the straps, Liam caught his reflection in the ghostly metal. Dark circles under his eyes told of double shifts and instant coffee dinners. He promised himself a holiday when debts were clear, perhaps a slow train ride to the coast. Yet the container's quiet heartbeat seemed to listen and urge him onward. Navigation offered no street view for Warehouse 7A. It's only a blank gray block at the far edge of the docks. The van crawled through graffiti corridors and rusting stacks of containers until city lights vanished behind him. Headlamps finally caught a warehouse with a crooked 7A sprayed on a dented shutter. The big door hung half open. No guards, no cameras, just darkness breathing cold air. Company rules said that if no recipient appeared, he should return the item. Canceling a high-priority job could freeze his account for weeks. Heart drumming, Liam pulled on finger gloves, grabbed a flashlight, and rolled the container inside. His footsteps echoed through the empty hangar. In the center, a spotless square of new metal flooring gleamed among dusty concrete. The moment the container touched that square, a deep hum spread outward. A ring of soft blue symbols spiraled across the lid. "Package open, recipient verified," said a calm synthetic voice. Liam jumped. He had not verified anything. A seam appeared, releasing a cool mist that tasted of metal rain. Against every safety rule, yet driven by alarm and wonder, he lifted the lid. Inside lay folded armor's leak plates layered over shimmering mesh like liquid glass. At its heart hovered a sphere the size of an orange, circled by tiny light rings. It rose, scanned left and right, then fixed on Liam. "Compatible organic host detected," it intoned. He backed away, but the sphere followed with polite persistence. The armor woke, unfolding in graceful clockwork petals, metallic tendrils. Linked sphere to suit, then sprang toward Liam. Panic lifted his arms, yet instead of pain, warmth spread through his limbs like stepping into sunlight after winter. Plates clasped his forearms, chest, and legs, fitting as if custom-made. Data rushed through his thoughts. Star maps, echoes of distant battles, hymns in languages he did not know. A name whispered inside his skull, Sentinel Prime. His pulse synced to a deeper, steady beat that belonged to the suit. Bonding sequence initiated, the inner voice reported. Remain calm. Symbiosis optimal. Agnostic readouts flickered. Across an invisible visor, oxygen stable, Neuralink 20%, combat protocols locked. Coordinates of distant galaxies scrolled like movie credits. Liam understood none of it. Yet the scale told him he now stood on the edge of something vast. Images flashed. Warriors under purple skies. Titanic machines drifting through tornado clouds. gateways joining whole galaxies. Every vision carried the same purpose: to guard the fragile and confront the dark. The weight of that calling pressed on him, yet courage rose beside it, as if the suit lent him its ancient confidence. A tremor shook the warehouse. Old lights blinked alive, throwing stark reflections. In a cracked mirror, Liam saw himself, a slim young man wrapped in seamless metal, visor glowing pale blue. Fear faded, replaced by a question. He spoke aloud. Why me? Selection parameters. Resilience, empathy, adaptive mind, the voice answered. Threat entities approach this universe. You are designated champion. The words echoed through the cavernous hall. Liam thought of his grandparents smiling behind noodle bowls, of gentle customers who trusted a humble courier to bring them joy. Now, an entire universe knew. Many universes had placed their hope on his shoulders. The suit dimmed to standby, its plates thinning until they felt like heavy clothing. Rain thrummed harder on the roof, the only witness to the birth of a protector. Liam closed the empty container, slid it aside, and stepped into the wet night. The city beyond the docks slept peacefully. Unaware of new storms forming between stars, he did not know what tomorrow would demand, but he understood one clear truth. His next delivery would not be a box. It would be a promise to defend a world that still believed heroes lived only in stories. Liam woke up in a place that was not real. He floated in a space filled with glowing lights and floating shapes. Stars, numbers, symbols, and strange faces circled around him like fireflies in a dream. There was no floor, no ceiling, only endless space, full of color and sound. At first, he thought he was asleep. Then he heard the voice. "Welcome, Liam Tran," it said calmly. "You're inside the mind space of the Sentinel Prime." Liam looked down at himself. He was wearing the mech suit again, though now it felt weightless. Blue lights glowed along his arms and chest. He spun slowly in the air, unsure if he could fall or fly. "Where am I?" he asked. "You are inside the core memory of the mech suit. I am Sentinel Prime, the living intelligence that powers this armor." Liam's heart pounded. "Why me? I'm just a delivery guy. I don't know how to fight. I don't know anything about suits or space." "You were chosen," Sentinel Prime replied, "not for your strength, but for your heart, your mind, and your ability to act when others freeze." Images appeared around him like glass windows, a little girl crying. In a flooded alley, Liam helping her with an umbrella and food, a fallen robot courier in the rain, Liam fixing its wheel instead of ignoring it. "Help even when no one watches," the voice added. "You care, that makes you worthy." Liam didn't know what to say. He felt both proud and afraid. Then, the lights dimmed. One window opened wide like a movie screen, showed a planet with 5 suns and golden cities in the sky. Giant machines stood guard at its gates. "This was Volter Prime," said Sentinel. "It's the first home of the mech. Suits, built by the Elders to protect the multiverse." Scene changed to a battle. Giant dark creatures like shadows with claws poured from a rip in space. They attacked worlds, eating light and life. Warriors in mech suits fought back, glowing with power, but many fell. These creatures were called the Voidborn. The voice continued. "Come from beyond dimensions, where time and space are broken." Another image appeared, a tall, strong man in armor like Liam's, standing in front of a shining gate. He was the first champion. He closed the gate with his life. But now the gate has cracked again. "The Voidborn return?" Liam shivered. "So, you're saying I have to stop them?" "Yes," Sentinel Prime answered. "You are the last bondable host." The mech suit searched across many universes. "You were the first match in centuries." Liam's mouth went dry. "But I don't have training. I don't have weapons. I just know how to drive and deliver packages." "That is enough," the voice replied. "Training begins now." In a blink, the space around him turned into a combat field. Metal platforms floated in the air. Targets popped up. "Use your thoughts," said Sentinel. "The suit will respond." Liam focused. His right hand formed a glowing shield. His left turned into a plasma blade. Surprise, he smiled a little. cool. He dodged laser shots, blocked attacks, and learned how to jump from one platform to another. The suit helped him move faster than he ever had before. Sentinel guided him with calm instructions. Good. Now, try boost mode. Liam imagined flying. His boots flared blue and lifted him into the air. He flew in loops, laughing as he dodged moving drones. I feel like a superhero, he shouted. But then everything went dark. A cold wind blew. Liam saw a red sky filled with broken moons. The ground below, a giant mech suit, stood twisted and burned. A symbol on its chest, like the one on Liam's, faded into smoke. This was the last champion, said Sentinel. He felt a Krellvorn. Who's that? Liam asked quietly. A new image formed. A tall figure wrapped in dark metal and red lights. With burning eyes and a cruel smile. Krellvorn was once one of us. A mech pilot. But he fell to darkness. He bonded with corrupted tech and now commands the Voidborn. Liam swallowed. So he's the one breaking into our universe? Yes, he is already sending scouts. Soon, Earth will face its first true attack. Liam's hands shook. How do I stop someone like him? You will not be alone, Sentinel said. We will train. We will adapt. The mech suit remembers thousands of battles. It will guide you. Liam looked at his reflection in the glowing suit. He didn't feel like a hero. He felt like a boy lost in a storm. But he also knew something important. He couldn't run away. Too many lives were counting on him, okay? He said firmly. Then let's get started. The suit pulsed warmly. Acknowledged, champion. Suddenly, Liam snapped awake. He was back in his small apartment. The mech suit had folded itself into a thin layer under his clothes. His wrist console blinked. 6 a.m. He rubbed his eyes. Was it a dream? But then he saw it, a small glowing circle on his wrist like a badge. It's a symbol of Sentinel Prime. The world outside was waking up, full of noise, lights, and routine. But Liam now saw it differently. Somewhere beyond the stars, evil forces stirred. But Earth would not stand alone, not while Liam Tran wore the suit, not while the champion still breathed. 3 days had passed since Liam Tran bonded with the ancient mech suit. Life outside seemed normal. The sun still rose. People still rushed to work. Drones buzzed above the streets like metal bees. But Liam knew the truth. Something dark was coming every night after his delivery shift. He trained with Sentinel Prime. Inside the mind space, he practiced flight, shields, and energy blasts. At first, he struggled. But slowly, he improved. His reactions became faster. His mind grew sharper. The suit started to feel like a second skin. One evening, just as the sky turned orange, Liam sat on top of an old delivery warehouse. He watched the sunset, wondering how much time Earth had left. Sentinel's voice echoed gently in his head. Warning, dimensional breach detected. Liam stood up. Where? 10 kilometers west. Forest zone. Unknown creatures emerging. Waiting, Liam jumped down from the roof. The suit activated instantly, forming around him like flowing water. His boots lit up, and he blasted into the sky. Wind rushed past him as buildings became blurs below. He wasn't just a delivery driver now, he was Earth's secret protector. The forest zone was quiet when he arrived. Too quiet, the wind had stopped. Birds were gone. Even the trees seemed afraid. Smoke curled from a circle of blackened earth. In the middle stood 3 creatures, thin, tall, and made of shifting shadows. Their eyes glowed blue. Their hands ended in claws. Liam landed softly behind a large rock. Sentinel, what are they? Voidborn scouts, Class 2 infiltrators. Testing this world's defenses, they look like nightmares. Correct. Proceed with caution. They sense fear. Liam took a deep breath. He thought of his grandparents, his city, his people. I'm not afraid. He stepped into the open. The Voidborn turned. One tilted its head like it was studying him. Then it screeched, a sound like breaking glass and thunder mixed together. Liam's helmet closed. Let's go. The first creature leaped toward him, claws out. Liam rolled to the side and fired a light blast from his arm. It hit the creature's chest, throwing it back into a tree. The tree snapped in half. The second creature rushed him. Liam blocked with his shield. Sparks flew as claws scratched across energy. He kicked the creature backward, then boosted into the air. From above, he saw the third Voidborn raise its arms. A pulse of dark energy shot into the sky. "It's calling for backup," Liam shouted. "Neutralize the signal," Sentinel said urgently. Liam flew down, dodging dark bolts from the creature. He slammed into it with a glowing punch. The ground cracked beneath them. Creature hissed, then vanished into smoke. One down. The first creature returned, faster than before. Liam used his speed to spin behind it, trapping it in a force field bubble. It banged against the inside but couldn't escape. The last creature roared and charged with sharp blades forming on its arms. Liam jumped over it, spun midair, and fired 2 quick shots to its back. It screamed, then exploded into dust and light. The forest grew quiet again. Only smoke and broken trees remained. Enemy signal disrupted, Sentinel confirmed. "Excellent work!" Liam dropped to one knee, breathing hard. His heart raced. That was intense. "We acted with speed and control," Sentinel replied. "You protected this zone. Earth remains undetected for now." Liam looked at the ashes of the creatures. "What if they send more next time? Stronger ones?" "They will," Sentinel said simply. "This was only the beginning." Suddenly, a soft beeping came from Liam's suit. "What's that?" "Broadcast intercept. Earth media channels. Recording in progress." A floating camera drone buzzed nearby. It had captured everything: his arrival, the fight, the victory. Liam's eyes widened. "I was seen." The drone blinked a red light, then zipped away toward the city. "Expect news coverage within the hour," Sentinel said. "Your existence as Earth's guardian is no longer a secret." Liam sighed. So much for staying in the shadows. In the city, the news spread fast. A masked metal warrior had saved a forest from strange monsters. Videos showed Liam flying, fighting, and glowing with strange energy. People called him the Neon Guardian, the Sky Knight, and even Iron Angel, but no one knew his name. Not yet. Liam watched the news from his van parked near a street noodle stand. A group of kids pointed at the screen excitedly. "Did you see that guy? He was awesome." One shouted. Another said he's like a space superhero. "I wish I could fly like that." Liam smiled quietly, took a bite of his noodles, then whispered, "I'm just a delivery driver." Inside his mind, Sentinel replied, "You are more than that now. You are a champion." As Liam looked at the city lights, he felt something change inside him. Fear was still there, yes, but also courage. This was no longer just about survival. It was about hope. If he could protect even one life, every fight was worth it. From the stars above, dark eyes still watched. Warren now knew. The Mech suit had awakened. Champion had been chosen. But Krellvorn smiled. He had destroyed champions before, and he would try again. The world now knew a metal hero existed. News called him the Guardian. Some believed he was a robot. Others thought he was an alien. No one knew the truth. No one knew it was Liam Trana, normal delivery driver who now wore a mech suit. Built to protect the MULTers. Since the battle in the forest, Liam had trained harder. Every night, Sentinel Prime took him into mindspace to sharpen his skills. He practiced flying through storm tunnels, solving energy puzzles, and learning to fight in low gravity. But one day something new happened. Liam Sentinel said calmly, "It is time for you to meet others." "Others?" Liam asked. "Yes. There are war-worthy champions across the multiverse. You must learn from them." Before Liam could ask more, the space around him glowed.
Ow.
A circular gate of blue light opened in front of him. Symbols floated around, the edges like moving stars. "Step through," Sentinel said. Liam nodded and walked into the light. In one blink, the world changed. He stood on a floating platform in the sky. Below him was a planet covered in silver oceans and glowing forests. Above him were strange ships and flying beasts. The air felt charged, like a storm was nearby. "This is the Convergence Nexus," said Sentinel. "A meeting place for champions." Round dot. Liam stood 6 stone statues each, one tall and powerful, wearing different mech suits. Some had wings, some had claws. Some had armor that looked older than time. One statue had no head, only a burning crown. These were champions from different worlds, Sentinel explained. They fought, they protected, many fell. Liam stepped forward and read the names carved into the stones: Torel, Flame of Volter, Juno of the Mirror World, LX7, Defender of Circuits, Gion the Silent Doma, Giant of the Deep Zara. Of the swarm, he touched the base of one statue, lit up gently, and suddenly the platform shook from the shadows. A figure walked forward. She was tall and insect-like, with 4 arms and shiny green skin. Her armor glowed purple, and her eyes blinked like stars, but she did not attack. She stood still, watching Liam. "Sentinel," Liam whispered. "Who is that?" "That is Zara," Sentinel replied. "She is the last surviving champion besides you." Zara walked slowly around Liam, studying him. "You are ... small," she said. Her voice buzzed like a soft electric hum. "I'm human," Liam said, a bit nervous. "From Earth." Zara tilted her head. "Tiny planet, weak defenses, easy to break." "You wear the armor, but have you earned it?" "I'm learning," Liam replied. "I've fought Voidborn, saved people. I'm not perfect, but I try." Zara crossed her arms. "Bravery is not enough. Skill is survival." Come, she jumped into the air and flew toward a large glowing ring above the clouds. Liam followed her, wings of light forming behind his back as the mech suit helped him fly. They landed inside a floating arena made of metal and light. Drones hovered in the corners, recording everything. "This is a test," Zara said. "You pass, I will train you. If not, go home." "Okay," Liam said, "let's do it." The match began. Zara moved fast, faster than anything Liam had faced. She used all 4 arms, throwing energy blades and teleporting across the arena. Liam dodged, blocked, and used the shield when he could. He took hits, but kept standing. He remembered something Sentinel told him. Use your brain, not just your strength. Zara jumped, trying to trap him with energy strings. But Liam threw a small decoy drone from his suit's back. It created a flash of light. Zara blinked, confused. Liam used that moment to dash forward and tag her shoulder with a blast. She froze. Then she smiled. "Clever," she said. "You think while you fight. I accept you." Liam sighed in relief. "Thanks. That was ... intense." Over the next hours, Zara taught him tricks no training program could give. How to hear energy movement, how to fly using air pressure, to bend light to hide. She didn't praise often, but she watched closely, and Liam learned fast. That night, as the stars turned above the Nexus, Liam sat by a crystal fire beside Zara. "Did all the others really fall?" he asked. Zara nodded slowly. "One by one. Some died in war, others vanished. Krellvorn destroyed many himself." Liam looked at the glowing sparks. "I'm scared." "Good," Zara said. "Fear means you care, but do not freeze. Liam looked up. "Can Earth survive what's coming?" Zara looked at him with calm, deep eyes. "With you, maybe?" Suddenly, a loud alarm rang out. The sky above the Nexus turned red. A hologram appeared, Krellvorn's twisted face, half covered by shadow metal. His voice echoed like thunder. "I see you, champion. I remember that suit. I will come for your world. And when I do, you will kneel before the void." The message ended. Zara stood tall. "He knows you now." Liam clenched his fists. "Then let him come. I'll be ready." The wind blew harder. Far above, stars blinked like eyes. The battle for Earth was coming. But Liam was no longer alone. He had allies. He had training. He had purpose, and most of all, he had hope. 3 weeks had passed since Liam left the Convergence Nexus. He had trained harder than ever before. With help from Zara and Sentinel Prime, he now understood his mech suit better. He could fly faster, fight smarter, and use his energy more carefully, but he also knew something terrible was coming. One night, Liam stood on the roof of an old tower in Neo Harbor City. He looked out over the lights and cars below. People laughed, worked, and lived, unaware of the danger floating just beyond the sky. "Sentinel?" Liam asked. "How close is Krell Vorn?" "His forces are already entering your universe." Sentinel replied, "They move through dark dimensions. He will arrive soon." Liam took a deep breath. "Then I need to warn the world." For the first time, Liam allowed his true image to be recorded. He stood in his full armor and spoke into a drone camera. His voice was calm but firm. "My name is Liam Tran. I am a human. I wear the armor of an ancient protector. Something is coming, a war from beyond space. We must prepare together, not with fear, but with unity." Within hours, the message spread across Earth. People finally knew who the hero was. Some were surprised he was just a delivery driver. Most were inspired. Across countries and cities, people began building defenses, scanning the skies, and sharing resources. Scientists opened secret labs. Engineers upgraded satellites. Even schoolchildren helped by designing alert apps and energy shields. Liam's courage had awakened the world. Then, one morning, the sky turned red. Dimensional rifts opened like glowing wounds in the air. Giant creatures flew out, some with wings of bone, others made of dark mist. Huge ships with spikes hovered above cities. Chaos spread. Sirens screamed. Liam flew into action. "Defensive protocol active," Sentinel said. "Begin global response." Liam called in every favor. Drones flew in teams. Mech-building nations sent their best machines. Space agencies launched defense. Satellites. Liam himself moved like lightning, closing portals, saving falling planes and guiding rescue teams. But then, everything stopped. The clouds above the Pacific Ocean twisted into a spiral. A shadow ship the size of a mountain appeared. Its hull was black and alive, pulsing like a heartbeat. From its center, a dark figure stepped forward. Krell Vorn had arrived. His armor was massive, built from broken mech suits of champions he had defeated. His eyes glowed red. His voice echoed in every ear, across every screen. "Your world is small. Your fight is foolish. I have destroyed greater than you. Kneel, or be forgotten." What? Liam hovered in the sky, facing him. "I will never." "Kneel," he said. Krell Vorn laughed. "Then fall." The battle began. Krell attacked with enormous blasts of shadow energy. Liam dodged and fought back with light beams, shields, and pure willpower. The sky became a storm of fire and color. Cities watched as their champion fought the invader. Krell knocked Liam into a mountain. But Liam got back up. He remembered Zara's training. Use fear, but never stop. He remembered his city, his family, his people. He launched upward and punched Krell's chest, sending cracks through the dark armor. Krell screamed and struck back, breaking Liam's left wing. But Earth wasn't quiet anymore. From the oceans, human submarines fired plasma torpedoes from the sky. Earth's Air Force launched missiles with mech-designed tech. From space, satellites rained beams of focused solar power onto Krell's ship. Krell turned, distracted. "What is this? Your world dares to fight." Liam smiled. "We're humans. Of course we do." He gathered all his suit's energy. Sentinel warned him, "This may overload your system." "I know," Liam said, "but it's worth it." Flew at full speed, light bursting from every part of his suit. He hit Krell Vorn right in the core of his chest. The explosion shook the sky. A huge wave of energy spread across the ocean. The shadow ship cracked and began to fall. Krell Vorn fell to, landing on an empty island, broken and smoking. Liam landed nearby, weak but standing. Krell looked up. "You, Are not like the others. I'm human, Liam said. We fight. To protect what we love. Krell smiled faintly, then vanished into ash. The battle was over. All across Earth, people cheered. Firefighters hugged soldiers. Scientists danced in labs. Children waved drawings of the champion. Liam had won not just with power, but with heart. Later, he stood in front of a global audience. He wore simple clothes, no armor. He looked just like the man he had always been, a delivery driver from the city. I didn't win alone. He said Earth fought together. We showed the multiverse what humans are made of. Not just machines, but hope. He didn't want fame or riches. He only asked for one thing. Let's keep working together. Because the multiverse is wide. The fight isn't over yet. The people agreed. The world was safe. For now, Liam Tran had helped defeat Krellvorn. The sky had cleared. The rifts had closed. Cities began to rebuild. For the first time in weeks, there was peace. But Liam knew the fight was not truly over. Sentinel Prime. The ancient AI inside his mech suit gave him a quiet warning. The void is not gone. It is only watching, waiting. Liam stood on a cliff above the ocean, feeling the breeze touch his face. He wore the suit underneath his jacket, always ready. The people of Earth now trusted him. They called him champion. But in his heart, he was still Liam, the same boy who once delivered packages and wrote about small kindnesses in a notebook, he remembered. Zar's last message before she returned to her galaxy. You fought well, human, but beware. The void is eternal. One day, it may try to take you too. That night, as Liam slept in his apartment, the sky cracked. This time, it wasn't Krellvorn. It wasn't an army. It was something far older and much more dangerous. The void itself. Sentinel's alarm woke him instantly. Warning, reality breach detected. Source, multiversal core. Liam's suit wrapped around him. Blue lights glowed as his helmet closed. Where is it? A pocket dimension outside time. A tear has opened. The void is trying to consume all universes from within. Liam nodded. Then we go. One blink, the suit opened a portal. Liam stepped through and entered the heart of darkness. It was silent. No stars. No wind. Just a black space with floating shards of broken worlds. Time felt frozen. Colors faded. Even thoughts moved slowly here. This is the center of the void, Sentinel said. The source of its hunger. Suddenly, a shape appeared. It wasn't a person or a creature. It was a cloud and less, shifting, alive with dark energy. The void spoke with many voices at once. It wasn't loud, but it was deep and heavy. You are one. I am all. You are flesh. I'm forever. Why do you fight, champion? Liam floated above the empty space, staring at the cloud. 'Cause life matters. Even small lives. You are weak. Alone. You cannot stop eternity. Liam clenched his fists. Maybe I can't, but I will try. The void attacked. Blades of shadow flew at him. Spears of black light pierced space. Liam blocked, dodged, and fired energy blasts from his suit. Every strike from the void was stronger than anything he had ever faced. But Liam kept moving. He remembered his training, remembered his purpose. He remembered Earth. Sentinel's voice remained calm, energy levels dropping, core shield at 40%. Recommendation: strategic retreat. Liam shook his head. No, if I leave, the void breaks through. I have to end this here. He looked around, the broken worlds floating in this space. They were pieces of universes the void had already destroyed. But among them, Liam saw one shard, still glowing faintly, a memory. A heartbeat, a story. It was Earth. An idea sparked in his mind. Sentinel, he said, can we pull energy from living memories? Affirmative. Risk level. Extreme. Potential overload. Let's do it. The suit's lights turned white-hot as it linked with Liam's mind. It pulled power not from stars, but from hope, from the thoughts of billions of humans who believed in their champion. Images flashed. A mother holding her baby, a boy fixing a drone, a teacher smiling, a girl drawing Liam's armor on her school book. Each image gave strength. The suit charged up. Liam flew straight into the center of the void. The darkness screamed. He became a burning star, blasting through wave after wave of shadow, gave all he had, his energy, his thoughts, his spirit. The suit reached maximum power. Sentinel's voice echoed one last time. Final protocol. Core detonation. User will be removed from physical space. Liam smiled softly inside the helmet. Do it. A white flash exploded across the dark sky. The void shrieked in, then it was gone. Everything turned quiet. Liam felt nothing. No pain, no fear, only peace. Somewhere, deep inside the universal web, a soft spark floated. It was Liam, not fully gone, not fully present. A whisper in the fabric of space. The mech suit had saved his soul, hiding it between time like a sleeping star. Back on Earth, people waited. The sky returned to normal. Rifts closed for good. But Liam never came back. A statue was built in his honor, showed him standing. Tall, one hand open, one hand in a fist ready to protect and ready to care. Beneath it, a simple line was carved: Liam Tran, the human who fought the void. Years passed. Children grew up hearing his story. Scientists studied his suit's remains. New protectors were chosen not just from Earth, but from other worlds too. And sometimes in quiet places, when the wind was just right, people heard a voice. Stay kind. Stay brave. Never stop fighting for what matters. It was Liam. Still watching, still guarding the MULTIV, or so forever.